Today, we'll go over the new confirmed hero rankings in My Hero Academia after the end of the series. And first up, we actually need to go all the way down to the hero rank 108, because here we've got Grape Juice Mineta. Yup, after working as Mount Lady's sidekick, he went solo as a pro hero and thought he would be super popular. But nope, instead he got cancelled. He literally got exposed for sliding into fans' DMs. So he crashed down the hero rankings all the way down to 108. That said, Mineta still works as a pro hero and is still chasing his dream of becoming the most popular hero in the world. Next, we need to go all the way up to hero rank 45, where we've got Present Mike. And this guy continues to be a pro hero and a teacher at UA. But at 44th, we've got Charge Bolt Denki Kaminari. Yeah, you might think that's a bit low, but Kaminari actually just went solo as a pro hero as he was super nervous about working alone, which is why he opened his hero agency right next to Jiro, since he wanted to be close to her as they sat beside each other for years at UA. So now, Denki loves being a hero, and he works super hard to climb higher in the rankings. Moving on to 42, we've got Death Arms. But wait, didn't this guy retire? Well, yeah, he actually did retire after getting absolutely slammed by public criticism following the Paranormal Liberation War. But during the final war, he saw Izuku fight like crazy, so he rejoined the heroes in saving Japan. And after that, Death Arms came out of retirement, returned to active duty, and climbed his way up to the 42nd ranked pro hero. But down to 41st, we've got Shishacross. Yep, the meatball hero from Shiketsu High became a pro hero. Though I thought he would be higher, since his quirk is crazy. I mean, he can literally manipulate raw human flesh. Like, remember when he made Kirishima into a literal meatball? Yeah, that's just crazy. So let's move on to 40th and Ryuko. And although she's been the previous number 9th and number 10th pro hero, the dragon hero fell all the way down to number 40th after the end of the series. But at 39th, we've got Invisible Girl Toru Hagakure. After going solo as a pro hero, she actually became super popular. Why? Because one day when she was out on a hero mission, her face became visible thanks to Aoyama's beam, and someone actually took a picture of her face, and boom, it went super viral. Yeah, everyone thought she was super cute, so she shot up in the hero rankings all the way up to 39th. So yeah, she earned her spot with hero work and cuteness. Going down to hero rank 36, we've got Cellophane, Hanta Sero. Even though Sero teams up with Mineta, who, well, is not the most popular guy, Sero himself is super loved and popular. Yes, Sero's always so happy and friendly to the people in the neighborhoods, so the locals just love him. Next up at 34th is Froppy Tsuyu Asui. After becoming a pro hero, she opened her own hero agency close to her parents, and here she works hard doing hero stuff. And yeah, she just loves spending time with her parents and being a hero. But now at 33rd, we've got our first character from Class 1B, Comic Man. And I guess I understand why. I mean, his quirk is just so unique. And, well, everyone loves comics, right? So yeah, I guess he's pretty popular. But someone who is even more popular at hero rank 32 is Tailman Mashirao Ojiro. Even though this guy spends a lot of time in his own martial arts dojo, he continues to work hard as a hero. And because of that, he's actually become this super popular guy who swings around with his tail and uses his insane martial arts skills to stop villains. Continuing with former Class 1A heroes at 30th, we've got Earphone Jack Kyoka Jiro. This girl works hard as a pro hero, but she's actually also an accomplished musician. Yep, she loves music and performing. Honestly, even more than hero work right now. So because of her music, she's got a lot of fans. Still, she continues to be a pro hero, but music is where her heart really is. Another former Class 1A hero at hero rank 28 is Pinky Mina Ashido. Yeah, she became a superstar pro hero, especially with younger fans, thanks to her non-stop energy and her dance moves, as she literally started hosting dance events all over the country, so she's got a huge fan base. That said, she still works hard as a pro hero, using her acid to stop criminals. Moving on, at 26th place, we've got Real Steel Tetsu 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 Tetsu. This stubborn hothead worked his butt off to become a pro hero, and thanks to his unyielding spirit and how he always throws himself into danger to protect people, like when he literally took a bullet to the face for kendo, this guy climbed up the hero rankings pretty fast. But people don't just like him because he's strong, they like him because of his straightforwardness and outspoken personality. Now, going down to 24th, we've got the anti-gravity hero Ochaco Uraraka. Yeah, she's not just a pro hero, but she's also running a quirk counseling service for kids with strange and misunderstood quirks so they don't go down the same dark path Toga did, and it's actually super popular. So Uraraka herself is really popular. But being both a pro hero and running her quirk counseling means she never does anything other than work. So as she doesn't have that much time for hero work, she can't be higher than 24th right now. But someone who is higher than 24 at 23rd place is Battle Fist Itsuka Kendo. Now sure, she doesn't have the flashiest quirk, I mean she literally just makes her hands huge. But don't get it twisted, with her big hands she throws insanely powerful punches. That said, her big hands isn't the only reason she's this high up in the rankings. It's because Kendo is super intelligent and tactical. Like we saw during the fight against Mustard, where she quickly figured out how his gas worked, pinpointed where he was hiding, and even used her giant hands to fan away the gas. On top of that, she's basically the big sister of Class 1B. Level-headed, supportive, and always looking out for her teammates. So between her strength, intelligence, leadership, and just being super likable, yeah, it makes total sense why Kendo ranks this high. Then at 22nd, we've got another hero from Class 1B, Lizardy. And this girl uses her quirk lizard tail splitter to split her body into pieces and control them telekinetically to take down villains. Then at 21st, we've got Gang Orca. And although he was the previous number 10 and later number 12 pro hero, as this guy is really strong, he's now moved down the rankings to make place for the new generation of heroes. And one of these new generation heroes at 20th is Grand Yo Shindo. With his quirk, Vibrate, he can cause localized earthquakes just by touching the ground, which is a brutal power in group fights as he can completely control the battlefield. He's also pretty smart, like how he figured out Muscular's weakness and targeted his muscle fibers, which actually led to his defeat. But honestly, I think the biggest reason he's this high up is because Shindo knows exactly how to charm the public, so he's gotta be pretty popular. Moving on to the 19th ranked pro hero, we've got Creati Momo Yaoyorozu. Yeah, we actually don't know how much pro hero work this girl does, as the only thing we know is that she's out here putting her insane smarts and knowledge to use by doing a lot of research and being involved in many global projects. Still, Momo is obviously really popular and does some hero work, so it's easy to see why she's this high up. Next up, at 18th, we've got Sun Eater Tamaki Amajiki. Now, you probably thought this guy would be way higher, right? I mean, he's this insanely powerful hero from the big three, who with his manifest quirk can literally take on 3 powerful villains at the same time and still win thanks to his insane strength and awesome transformation. But nope. Sure, 18 is still really high, but after graduating from UA, Amajiki didn't go solo as a pro hero, he stayed as Fat Gum's sidekick. And even now, 8 years later, he's still Fat Gum's sidekick. Why though? Well, not only are Fat Gum and Amajiki super close since he's literally been Fat Gum's sidekick since he was still at UA, but we all know how extremely shy Amajiki is. I mean, he gets so nervous when talking to other people that he literally just starts leaning and facing the wall instead. So as Amajiki is super nervous about going solo, he would rather stay as Fat Gum's sidekick, as that's what feels the best for him. That said, Amajiki is insanely powerful, and even Fat Gum himself said that he's got the potential to become one of the top-ranked heroes. But nope, Amajiki is staying by Fat Gum's side and continues to fight villains with him. Oh, and he's also got a super cool new costume. Another character you probably thought would be way higher, but is only at 17th, is Tsukuyomi Fumikaze Tokoyami. Yeah, we all know how insanely strong Tokoyami and Dark Shadow are, so how is he this low? Well, this guy basically only works at night, flying around with Dark Shadow to keep the streets safe after dark. So as people are literally sleeping when he's working, he isn't as popular as the top heroes are, though he's obviously still really popular. I mean, he's even a men's beauty product model. Anyway, moving on to hero rank 16, we've got Gale Force Inasa Yorashi. And yeah, this guy is really powerful. With his quirk, Whirlwind, he can manipulate the air around him to create insanely powerful gusts of wind that he can control to attack villains or defend himself with. But what makes him a high-ranking pro hero isn't just his raw power, it's his hero mindset. Yeah, Inasa has a serious fiery passion for being a hero. Like, he genuinely believes all heroes should burn with the desire to help people, which is why he first hated Endeavor, as he can't stand heroes driven by anger or hate. Of course, that did change later on though. But yeah, this guy is insanely powerful, and could probably be even higher in the rankings on pure strength, but yeah. I'm pretty sure this guy sucks at interviews as he's just so loud and can come off as obnoxious. He might even just strike himself in the face. Now, at 15th, this is actually where Bakugo were for a long time. But he's now climbed the rankings, so we'll talk about him really soon. So let's just put a placeholder here for now and instead talk about 14th placed Mudman Juzo Honanuki. This guy is actually crazy underrated, as with his softening quirk, he can turn solid ground into straight-up quicksand and take complete control of the battlefield. Yeah, he can easily trap villains instead of using brute force, so his technique is on point and he's actually really fast. But it's his brain that makes him so dangerous. He's basically the type of hero every pro wants on their team, as he makes everyone else's job easier. So yeah, Mudman deserves his 14th spot. But moving on to 13th, where we've got Ingenium Tenya Ida. After graduating, Ida became a pro hero and even inherited his brother's hero agency after Tensei's injuries. But Tensei's injuries eventually heal, and with some support items to help him out, they become partners who always quickly run through parks together every day to help lost kids. On top of that, this guy is obviously out here stopping villains with his insane speed. So yeah, Ida is loved by everyone and definitely deserves to be this high up on the rankings. Another former Class 1A student coming in at 12th is Red Riot Eijiro Kirishima. After graduating and becoming a hero, Kirishima actually started out as Fat Gum's sidekick. But after going solo and getting a lot of help from Fat Gum and Emajiki, he quickly rose in the hero rankings, as this guy became super popular. Yep, thanks to his strength, his dedication to being a hero, and his manliness, he became an inspiration for all boys, as they look up to him as the ultimate manly hero. So as this guy is not only really strong, but also super popular, he will probably continue to climb the hero rankings pretty fast. But talking about Fat Gum, he's finally up next at 11th. Even though he was all the way down at rank 58 before the time skip, he continued to work super hard to now get this high up in the rankings. But this guy doesn't even care that much about his fame. He just loves helping people and protecting civilians. Yeah, Fat Gum's proved he's not just this funny, food-loving hero, he's out here using his fat absorption quirk every day to take down criminals. And as this guy is always super friendly towards civilians, people love him, which is a big reason why he's ranked so high. Now, we finally reached the top 10, and at 10th place, we've got the Phantom Thief Nato Monoma. Yup, this guy actually became super popular after the final war. I mean, he even got a literal statue at UA for his dedication and fight in the final war. So yeah, Monoma became crazy popular, and that's a big reason to why he's all the way at 10th. But we obviously also got to talk about this guy's strength, as with his copy quirk, mixed with his sharp brain and battle sense, he's actually really powerful. Oh, and this guy looks absolutely awesome now. Moving on from 10th to 9th, we've got Tentacle Mezo Shoji. Now, Shoji is obviously super strong, using his dupli arms to smash through villains. But that's actually not why he's this high up on the hero rankings. It's because of his popularity. Yeah, Shoji is actually super famous and popular because of his work for standing up for mutant quirk users, being a leader in relations between mutant quirk users and the rest of society. So yeah, he might be a strong pro hero, but his popularity is the main reason for this guy's high ranking. Now, at 8th, we've got Wash. Yeah, Wash is holding on to his 8th place, being the 8th ranked hero before the time skip as well. And honestly, I get it. It's not really because of his strength and taking down villains, but how he always runs around to help civilians, keep them safe, and heal them. So because of that, he's kept his popularity and stayed as the 8th ranked hero. He's even got a new costume that resembles a front-load washing machine with a circular door instead of a top-loading one. Next up, we've got another hero from the big three. This time, we've got the wonder hero Nejire Hado coming in at 7th. This girl is super powerful, using her wave motion quirk to fire off massive shockwaves from her hands like energy cannons. She can even release the energy from her feet to boost her movement and straight up fly. Then, in close combat, she amps her punches and kicks with that same energy to make her hits way harder. Plus, Nejire also uses her waves for support, like carrying people and vehicles to safety. On top of that, this girl is just super kind, loves to talk to people, and is just so curious about people's quirks and features and gets easily distracted by them. So yeah, I'm sure everyone just loves her, and that plays a big role in why she's this high up, as she's most likely super popular. And I mean, I think all the guys like her as well, like just look at her. Now, moving on to number 6 in the hero rankings, and here we've got Mirko. And it's actually insane that this girl is still a hero. I mean, just look at her. She's basically almost a cyborg now after replacing almost all her arms and legs with prosthetics after losing them in battle. But honestly, Mirko doesn't care. Nah, she still loves fighting and loves being a hero, so she will never stop. And that fearless attitude, combined with her insane strength thanks to her rabbit quirk, is why she's still ranked this high. She doesn't even care about fame or status. She only fights to protect people. And, well, because she loves to fight. Moving on, we reach the top 5 pro heroes after the end of the series, and at 5th place is Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite Katsuki Bakugo. Now, we actually gotta pause the video first, because we actually found out in the new chapter 431.5 that Bakugo had pushed into 5th place. But before this chapter, the 5th and 4th place ranked heroes were Best Jeanist and Kamui Woods. But as Bakugo took over the 5th place and we've actually got another hero at 4th place, we actually gotta move all the heroes back 2 places, since we can only assume that Best Jeanist and Kamui Woods move back to 6th and 7th place to make space for these 2 new heroes. So although Best Jeanist and Kamui Woods continue to be pro heroes with super cool new costumes, plus Jeanist being the recipient of the Best Jeanist award for 8 consecutive years, we gotta talk about the new number 5 ranked pro hero, the bombshell hero Katsuki Bakugo. This guy started out as Best Jeanist's sidekick, but now he's gone full solo and is working super hard to become the number 1 hero in Japan, which has always been his dream. And yeah, we all know he could become the number 1 hero because of his insane strength and combat skills, but yeah, his anger issues are holding him back. Yeah, he sucks at interviews and just screams at people. So because of that, some of the public doesn't like him, since he comes off super aggressive and rude. Still, everyone knows how hard he fought during the final war, and he's still stopping crimes every single day with his ridiculous strength. So he's still really popular and absolutely deserves to be in the top 5. Although Bakugo himself is obviously not stopping until he becomes the strongest hero ever. But talking about Bakugo, we gotta talk about his rival who's coming in at 4th place, and yeah, that's obviously Deku. After losing One for All, Deku stopped being a hero. But thanks to All Might and everyone from Class 1A, plus Melissa Shield and Mei Hatsume, he got hooked up with a high-tech combat suit that once again made him become a hero. So he instantly shot up to number 4 in the hero rankings, and this suit is insanely powerful, literally giving him artificial versions of all his old quirks like Black Whip and Float. He also becomes ridiculously strong, crazy fast, yeah, he basically gets One for All in a suit. So yeah, Deku absolutely deserves to be this high up in the rankings. I mean, he did literally save the entire world. Still, he isn't in the top 3 because the 3rd placed hero, that's actually Mount Lady. This woman continues to work super hard as a hero, or well, she's at least always in the spotlight. Yeah, sure, she loves being a hero, but she also loves being in the spotlight. So whenever a villain shows up, Mount Lady's pulling up and making sure she gets all the cameras on her so everyone sees her save the day. And honestly, it works. Yeah, the public loves her and she's insanely popular, and that popularity helped push her all the way up to 3rd place in the hero rankings. That said, this girl is obviously also really strong, and we've seen her put her life on the line to take down villains and keep people safe. So honestly, she does deserve being really high up in the rankings. But alright, the hero who's ranked 2nd is actually the air conditioning hero, Shoto Todoroki. Yep, that's his actual hero name, I'm not even joking. Anyway, it didn't take long for Shoto to become the number 2 hero in Japan, since this guy is always out doing hero work from day to night, and he just loves being a hero. And even though he's, well, pretty awkward, like remember how terrible he was at interviews, the public still loves him. Yeah, he's always out here using his fire and ice to stop villains and keep everyone safe. So yeah, it's pretty easy to see why Shoto's ranked this high up. But now, we finally reached the new number 1 hero in Japan, and that's Lemillion. Yep, Mirio shot straight to the top right after graduating, and I honestly get why. I mean, this guy is super strong with insane combat skills, using his permeation quirk to literally phase through walls, floors, and even people, making him untouchable, and then pop back out to obliterate you with a single punch. But raw power isn't the only reason he's number 1. Nah, Mirio is known as the comedy hero. Yeah, he wants to be the kind of hero that makes people smile and laugh, like showing his peach with kids trying to hit it with their quirk. Yeah, I know, Nejire thinks it's weird too, but people love it. Anyway, Mirio is just such a friendly guy, and on top of being nice to everyone, he's also working super hard as a hero to stop villains and to one day reach his goal of saving at least 1 million people, which we can see is stamped across his chest in his new hero costume with his new super cool hairstyle. So here is the full new hero ranking in Japan. But wait, before we end the video, there are actually a few important characters we need to talk about who aren't ranked. And first up, we gotta talk about Nighthide Hitoshi Shinso. And this guy actually doesn't have a hero ranking, as he's doing deep cover organized crime missions. So yeah, he can't be ranked as being anonymous is kind of the whole point of being undercover. Still, he does some hero work at night with Tokoyami as they team up and watch each other's backs in the dark. Then we've got Koji Koda, and this guy is Shoji's sidekick and right-hand man when it comes to fighting for mutant quirks' rights, and he just loves it. Another former Class 1A student we gotta talk about is Yuga Aoyama, and he's actually Hagakure's sidekick, giving it his all to become a hero. Now, Kami Utsushimi, she's actually a sidekick to Shishicross. And last but not least, we've got Rikido Sato, who's a sidekick to Wash. Do you agree with the official hero rankings, or do you think some of the heroes should be higher or maybe even lower? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and watch this video next.